Hey guys, welcome back to the Bahia Vibe. I'm Bahia, and I show you everything I do around the house in a suburban setting, in the dreams and the weights of finding my tribe and eventually doing this on a bigger scale and with other people and not alone. Anyway, this is a video that I just harvested the last bit of my peppers and yes, and of course, I forgot to tape the beginning of the video. So before you get started, you get your peppers, you cut them in half. I don't even take the insides out because I'm going to do that in the process when I'm going to take off the skin. So you cut them in half, put them side down. I cut them in half. Some people put them whole, but when you put them whole, you got to open the oven and like turn them around so all the skin comes off. But so I cut them in half so I don't have to do anything. I put 2 trays in the oven, 350 degrees, should take about 45 minutes. You'll see the skin is going to start, sort of shrinking. Shh, Tika. The skin is going to start shrinking. When that's all done, turn off the oven, pull them out, put them in a bowl, put them all in a bowl. You'll see they shrunk sizes and everything, obviously. And put a plastic on top of it. Close it up with a plastic, and what that's going to do is the steam is going to make the skin separate from the meat of the pepper. Put the peppers plants to sleep over winter, and this is my favorite way of. I don't really can peppers and all that stuff. I don't make enough to like have canning going on every day, but this is a really good and tasteful Mediterranean way, even North African way to conserve your peppers with the olive oil and a tiny little bit of vinegar and salt. And so I hope you enjoy the video. Put a comment below if you have your own ways of canning your peppers. And yes, I have a hole on my sweater, but I still love it and I'm still gonna wear it. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll catch you guys soon. Bye. So I'm going to show you an easy way to, easy. It's never really easy, but I noticed that it works better when you want to take out the skins out of the skins out. See, you kind of like split it like that in half, and then the skin comes off easier. Now, obviously, the thicker your pepper, the easiest it will be. When you have those tiny little peppers, they're not developed enough, they didn't make enough meat, and so the skin is very difficult to take off. So I wouldn't suggest doing it with small tiny ones, but with the large ones, it comes pretty easy. Sorry about the noises, my dogs are eating and they're just gave them some bones, so they're pretty happy. And yeah, so that's a bit of a tedious job. Just keep on doing it until you've done all of them. So now I'm going to fill up my jar. I always start with my garlic because I feel like the garlic has a tendency of floating, so I want to make sure it stays in the bottom. So a little bit of garlic to your taste. I love garlic, so, and then we do layers. So you layer it with the peppers. I thought I was going to have a lot more than that, but and this is 2 trays of peppers. Then I'm adding some fresh oregano. You can add some dried one. I have fresh one right now in the garden, so why not? And I love oregano as well, and it conserves things really well too, so that's also to your taste. You don't have to put oregano, you can put other spices like I don't know, dill or any other, basil. I like it with oregano, that's my recipe. Again, some peppers, and then adding some garlic, and we do like a little lasagna like that all the way to the top. more peppers, more oregano. I do that so every level gets to have the flavor. And that's my cat in the background that you can hear, because I locked her up in the hallway because while I give food to the dogs, she likes to eat their food, but she doesn't realize that the dog could literally kill her if she goes in there. So unfortunately, I only had one pepper that was orange, and it's the end of the season. I could have waited longer for the green ones to become orange, but it's getting pretty cold out here, so there's no point of waiting. They just develop diseases. And that's the end of it. Now we're going to add, I had prepared some water with salt, which is not what we want to do here because we're not doing a ferment. So 2 tablespoons of vinegar. You can add more, but I think 2 to 3 is good because it's going to be vinegary, you know. It is a ferment, but not with water, just with vinegar and olive oil. And then I like to press it down a little bit to make sure I get all the air out. And then I top it all off with olive oil. Like I said previously, this olive oil is not going to be wasted. To the contrary, it's going to be very tasteful olive oil. Once you're done eating all of this, keep the oil, pour it on your salads, pour it on your steaks, whatever you're making. This oil will be infused already with garlic. Now, one more thing would have been amazing to add is like some peppers, jalapeno. But because we have a little one, I didn't do it. It's always easy to add it later anyway. So, voila, close it off. I put a little weight in there to keep it all under the olive oil. If you don't have one, this is a recipe that because of the vinegar and the salt, it shouldn't go bad. You can, every time you eat some, you can top it off with more olive oil. But other than that, you should be okay. I just like to put my weight in there just so I know. And voila, it looking good. And I hope you enjoyed that recipe.